we talked about PNB Rock.
Yeah.
We talked about what's that? Almost scary to be like an artist in today's time, right?
Right.
So let's also talk about I don't know. Have you been listening to what's been happening like to a lot of artists, especially in Atlanta area?
What we talking about?
So, Young Thug, Gunna,
Oh, the RICO cases.
and they've been using their lyrics to be able to attach them to a lot of crimes that's been going on.
Right.
And it's almost like, yo, damn, you confessing in your damn lyrics. What you think about that, man? Do you think cause I've been listening to a lot of y'all watch a lot of stuff, right? So does that kind of go against their First Amendment right, which is the freedom of speech? Because it's like, damn, as an artist, I'm supposed to be able to like lyrically express myself.
Creative freedom, artistic freedom.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're using my lyrics to now charge me.
Well, I would say this without not knowing too much about that situation.
Go ahead.
But before we go there, listen, you guys can tell already we're back. It's going to be an elongated episode. Most likely we'll cut it into 2. So just for the editing part. Welcome back to part 2 of the Meta Kings podcast. Thank you for rocking with us in part 1. You see, we got our select, so we're going to continue on. Thank you for being here. So we're going to just get right back into it. So to your question,
right?
Here's what I think. I don't think it's as cut and dry as it sounds. Because think about it. Rappers for generations have been rapping, and ever since, NWA. Rappers been saying a lot of, incriminating things and really hardcore, violent things in their lyrics. And all of them, not every single rapper, if you ask what percentage of them got caught up in RICO cases or locked up, it's probably like 1%.
A lot of rappers back then were very subliminal. Like if you hear, yo, tie her up in the Brooklyn basement, but you don't really know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, cause I listened to the Atlanta, this is the DA or the prosecutor, whatever this is, it's a prosecuting side.
The lady?
And it's like, yo, damn, she coming from the, but at the same time, what she's also saying is like, yo, y'all doing it to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my thing is this, bro. Like I was saying, rappers been rapping about this stuff for years. And even, first of all, I don't think they were subliminal at all back then. I mean, there's some Biggie tracks I listen to that I feel guilty listening to them sometimes. But even
if
you're
don't trace back to nothing, though.
Right, but that's the key. So if you're not rapping about something that traces back to something, you got nothing to worry about. If you rapping and you know you got bodies in the closet, you're an idiot.
Right.
You should not be rapping. And that's the thing. I've said this before on Instagram a couple years ago. You cannot be a famous social media person and a criminal. You can't do it. Even if you think you can manage the two, those two will cross and you will get locked up. You just can't. You got to choose. You're either going to be a gangster full-time and stay behind the scenes and rap and put out mixtapes, or you're going to be a full-blown star, get on social media, push these albums, make a ton of money. You can't do both, because once they cross,
it's over.
It's this.
So let me bring it to the Meta King community, right? So for those of you guys who are watching this that are aspiring artists, and with everything that you see going on today's time with PNB Rock, Nipsey Hussle, and all the other guys that Dami had mentioned, and like y'all feel like, damn, is it safe to call yourself an artist, a rapper? Well, an artist, pretty more than a rapper.
Well, I think it's less about what you call yourself as than the lifestyle you live. If you full time,
all right. So, what's homie who Nightmares in my thing? What's homie who died off ingesting the pills?
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD. So what we see in today's Gen Z, what we see in today's time is that a lot of people, a lot of kids in today's time will support you because they can relate to you.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of artists feel like, even if like the shit that, excuse me.
There we go. Drop it in the jar.
Yo, loan me $1, dog.
Never. Drop it in the jar. I didn't curse. You curse.
Wow.
All right, listen.
So, now loan me $1. Come on. I gotta take the train.
Yo, live. He owes me $1.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So, a lot of artists in today's time feel like they gotta be real.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And being real means that being real to an extent could potentially
Well, let
hurt
me
you,
let me
hurt
let
you
me
legally.
let me present something. Let me reverse that. I don't think a lot of artists is trying to be real now, because if you's a cork who becomes an artist and you want to be real, nobody's gonna take you seriously. I think what's happening is a lot of real gangsters are now feeling like it's easier or safer or more acceptable to also be an artist.
Juice World, I brought that up. Juice World was talking about demons and in the bedroom and blah blah, and a lot of people just like homie
Triple X.
Tentacion.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, people go crazy over these guys
Yeah,
because
but I don't think it's an act, bro. I think those guys really use music as an outlet.
What I'm trying to say is that, but they realize like, yo, I gotta be authentic. You know what I'm saying? When I'm dropping my music. So then when you look at YNCF Lucci, Young Thug, Gunna, you know, I'm pushing P, you know what I'm saying? And they doing the same thing. It's just not from a suicidal point. It's like, yo, don't get it twisted. I'm out here, whatever the whole nine yards.
Yeah.
But that's getting you caught up.
But I just feel like social media makes a difference, man. I think
there's no way to go.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to say, I think the reason why a lot of rappers get caught up in the past is because how unless you were assigned to a specific rap unit in the police department, cops and stuff weren't hearing these people music. Like if you weren't buying a 17.5 or Snowman album, how was you hearing Jeezy? Nowadays, this music gets played everywhere, anywhere. You hear it on your kids' Instagram, all of that.
I was watching a documentary back in the day. I just when Eazy-E was alive. And they would drop something like, yo, F the police. And they didn't want them to go out and perform that. So that's not necessarily true.
I'm just saying it's easier, bro.
It's easier.
It's easier access. But yeah, bro, I mean, listen, we could talk about this all day. There's other topics that I kind of want to, I'm excited to get to.
Let's jump to it.
So there's a couple, right? Just like a quick transition, but there's a question I want to ask you. I want to ask everybody out there. Some people might get offended, but y'all already know me. I have no filter. Y'all already know me. I'm very accepting. I don't disrespect anybody. However, I won't be filtered neither. Same way you have questions, I might have questions, right? So I'm sitting down the other day. I'm watching Bad Girls Club season 2 with Shorty, right? And we watching it. And you know, it's kind of interesting. I'm just kind of like, all right, let me see what's going on. And she points out one of the, the girls on there. And she's like, did you know that's a man? And I look at it and I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you just watching it, you're not really paying attention a lot, you can't really tell it's a dude, right? So it got me thinking, right? With all of that, going on now, with a lot of people, doing sex changes and becoming transgender. And
I don't know if I want to talk about this.
Stop doing that, bro. Every time we talk about that, you're not going to tense up. It is what it is, bro.
Right, go ahead. Ask.
So I started thinking, like, so what if a dude gets involved with a transgender that had a really good sex change? And like I played a scenario in my head. Like how in the Christian culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of real devout Christian men, they're abstinent. They want to abstain from sex until marriage.
Yeah.
What happens if Christian Jonathan,
I think I know where you're going with this. It's crazy.
Meets a transgender woman and starts dating her. She never discloses to him that she's transgender. He's dating her for years. Now he finds out on their honeymoon, because I don't know what it's like, but I'm sure it doesn't look exactly like a vagina.
But they reverse it as tucked in. But
so now he finds out at this moment that, wow, this is a transgender individual. So I started thinking, like, should it be kind of like legally required to inform someone that you had a sex change? Is it okay that Jonathan can literally build a life with somebody and then find out 2-3 years later that this is not what I thought it was?
That's a good question.
And I also want to know, for people out there in the transgender community or people who just know, is that a thing? Because I tried to do research on it. I couldn't find nothing.
It's a thing.
No, I'm saying, is it a thing that they're required?
It's not a thing. It's called, morally you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You go to a club. For those of y'all who go to clubs, you know what I'm saying? You meet somebody, you got a few drinks. When you got a few drinks in your system, somebody who's a 3 automatically turns into what?
A 12.
A 12.
Especially in the dark.
Oh, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And you don't really got that much questions asking. As long as there's a chemistry built on base thing, you trying to take it to the next level, especially.
But that's different, bro. Because in your scenario in the club.
Hold on. I'm saying that's where that's most of the time where it starts in areas like that. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, you're working and somebody comes and you're in a bank, you'll tell her they make a deposit. You're like, yo,
Right. Because now the surgeries are getting real,
right.
solid.
But what's required is because I've seen on different vlogs, and I go through the comments and I see majority of the people that respond are from the LGBT plus community,
Mm-hmm.
and they say, well, yeah, it was your job to to tell the person. Morally, you're supposed to be like, yo,
correct. It's the right thing to do.
I know we vibing right now, but it's something I got to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, if the person in your scenario, Jonathan, gets involved in that situation and that person doesn't say, hey, I know we love each other, but I got a deep secret I got to tell you, and I love you and I don't want to lose you. If they don't say anything, that person's wrong.
Correct.
1000%.
No, morally, I do understand that person is wrong. What I'm saying is that should it be taken a step further?
Like what?
Where it's kind of required. Because think of
there's no. Can I cut you off? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, bro.
I don't think it's. So yeah. So from a heterosexual standpoint, I respect everybody, homosexuals, whatever. From a heterosexual, I do agree with you. Where I feel like, cause it's hard. You know what's so crazy? Branch off real quick. My man Dwayne Wade. So lately, he has a daughter. I mean, well, I'm gonna give him respect, and I'm saying a daughter, Zaya Wade, and she just came out with some pictures. And I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, yo, his child looks beautiful. It's actually crazy where if you don't actually follow the timeline and see that
from 3 years ago,
yeah, you won't even know lace front, all of that.
Hence
I'm
my
like,
point.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
It's tough because it's kind of like,
it is very tough.
You have every right to make that sex change. However, me as a heterosexual male, I have the right to know that this is what you did, then let me make that choice.
But all right. So not to drift off. What I feel like is that I've watched interviews with Zaya Wade and other individuals who identify in that community and fit in that community, and what they feel like is psychologically, not only physically, they feel like I'm a woman.
That's good for them. But me as a heterosexual male, but that's for you.
No, but what? Oh, hold on. So what they feel like is that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not advocating for them. I'm just like, I feel like change your perspective. What they feel like is like, yo, I was born this way.
No, come on, bro.
Let me finish.
And let me clear it, because I know people waiting to jump me. It's not that they've been born. Hold on. I got to clarify that.
Yes,
all right? It's a sensitive topic. My no is not about them being born this way or not. It's where you're trying to go with it.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Hold on. So can I answer now?
Go ahead.
They feel like I was born this way. I knew this from almost the moment of consciousness.
Correct.
And then I took proper whatever the situation is to get it changed. So then they get into situations where it's like, yo, damn, it becomes very complex, because it's like, yo, I grow feelings for this person, but I don't already had to change. So then they get scared to just let them know about disclaimer reasons that, yo, I in my past body I used to be a man, but I'm a female I'm a female which by definition of everything that I have on me.
Yeah, but you could be scared, but that's not fair, bro.
But so what do you think about what do you say about an individual who's over the age by me of 18 and has done a complete sex change and all their organs, I mean, apart from like the uterus and stuff like that, because the uterus is what determines if you're able to carry a baby, whatever. But they have a vagina. You got the breast implants.
Still gotta tell me.
You got females who get breast implants.
For
you know
me,
what I'm saying?
you still got to tell me. I think everybody should be required to disclose
but
that.
I'm saying, so you think that's just like it's a generic thing where like, yo, listen, I love you for who you are, but please just tell me who you are, and then leave it up to me to decide if I want to continue with you.
Correct. Because
Not, you know, what's crazy? I agree with you. You know, I agree with you, even though that's not my situation. You know what I'm saying? But if I was out in the dating world,
you don't got to say that, bro. It's not my situation.
I'll curse up a store right now.
I'm dead, bro.
But that's not my situation. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shut up.
Okay, like
you know what I'm saying? But let's just say that was. I agree with you because I like to be realistic, and I'm open minded, right? I'm attached to anything. I'm open to anything attached to nothing. So I'm very open minded and understanding from their perspective of why they feel and think the way they feel. But I definitely do agree with you.
Right, because the point is
if I'm in a situation with somebody that now I'm going to emotions with, and you can't, the love that we have, and you can't trust or have the faith that I'm gonna still love you regardless.
That's why I feel like it should be required to say up front, because it's almost kind of like dating a man with a family.
Right.
He don't tell you he got a full wife and kids elsewhere, or she. You start dating this person, you fall for them, and then now you want to marry them, and yeah, babe, I can't. Why can't you? Because I'm already married.
Right.
It's the same thing. Like, there's certain things that you can hide. Like, yeah, I got a train ran on me in the 12th grade.
Wow.
Okay, you can keep that to yourself, all right? I don't even know that. But certain things, I feel, it's kind of like, I don't know if you remember that story where the guy got with the girl, and I think the girl did like a skin color change or something. It was a story that used to go around in school when we was younger, and then I don't know if she was white or black, but let's just say for the story, she was black inside. She was really black, but she did a skin change to look white.
Right.
Then he ended up marrying her, fell in love with her, and then when his kids came out black,
he found out that
it's like, hey, babe, you cheated her. It's like, yeah, no, I didn't cheat. I'm actually it's born black.
You know
right?
what's crazy? This dude used to be so dope with impersonations, but he got so whack. He's not even funny no more. But
yeah, you're right. I wouldn't even attempt. But yeah, bro. So that's kind of like where I kind of wanted to go with that. Where it's kind of like, I just want to know, and this is not something that there's a definite answer for.
Right.
So I want to get people involved, but let's clarify the question. This is not an attack, because I know, you know, this is not an attack on transgender community.
Don't cancel us.
You can be transgender, you can be whatever you want to be. The question is, given what we said and what you think, should transgender people be required to tell, you know, people that, listen, before we get into this relationship, I am transgender.
Can I hit this a little bit more personal? We come from the same background, but this is our platform. This is my platform to be able to. So this is not a topic we're gonna speak about right now, but I definitely do want to agree with Dami, where I feel like we are all God's children, and you know, growing up, I definitely was like huge on like being homophobic, but I was conditioned that way.
Correct, we all were.
Right, but you know, I'm still actively in you know, in that community. But I definitely want everybody to know that I definitely respect everybody's views on whatever you associate yourself with. I got some questions to ask you about that, but since we got other things that we got to hit, I feel like that could be like a segment that we touch on, because I definitely want to, like, doing this whole podcast and doing the Meta Kings, you know, the Meta Kings, this was created to be able to bring our perspectives on certain things that we our views in life.
Right.
And so I feel like I'll be doing myself, I'll be falsifying myself as an individual if I don't really bring to light how I really feel.
This won't work unless you keep it 100 at all.
Straight
time,
up,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Won't.
So just let you know, we love you. I don't identify as you, but I love you and I respect you. You know what I'm saying?
For me, love is universal, man. Love who
Definitely.
you want to love. That's just something that I kind of thought about to
so
myself.
you love me
like,
even if I want to beat you up?
what I got to do with love, bro?
Don't leave me hanging.
I'm gonna leave you hanging. Matter of fact. So, all right. So moving on from that,
Right.
listen. I hope we get this conversation going. I want to have real good and shout out, I want to give a shout out to our Instagram followers. We got some real great followers. Like I've had some conversations in DMs with people that I 100% don't agree with, but it's always respectful. Nobody's kind of like trying to shut the other person up or trying to be malicious or angry. Like I've learned a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things about gun laws. I've learned a lot of things about how the LGBTQ plus community. So shout out to you guys. I love interacting with y'all. You guys are super dope.
Right.
Keep it up. It's always gonna be respect with me, all love. I love everybody. I just, I'll be the only dumb man is the person who doesn't seek to understand. You might not know, but if you seek to understand, then you're smart. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I got something I'm gonna bring up. Next topic is it's simple, but I'm Jay, and I don't try to be right, but I definitely, if I say some BS, I want to revisit that. So most of you guys know, if you've been following us, the first episode, it was kind of like the same thing. We talked about meditation, and we talked about a peculiar person, and I got a lot of backlash, right? And we can jump right into
a lot of backlash.
Kim Kardashian,
10 pages worth of backlash.
The Kim Kardashian, Kanye West story that's been going on.
Correct.
Why I bring up Kanye West? Because I like Kanye West. I relate to Kanye West. He's a genius. People call him mad. I'm not mad. I'm not crazy. But you know what I'm saying? We on the way to being a millionaire, billionaire. But that's not the situation. The situation that's going on is in his marital problems,
Correct.
right? So if some of you guys recall, I said in episode 1 that
very first episode,
I believe that so Kim Kardashian has been with Pete Davidson, no longer together right now.
Yeah, I think it lasted 9 months.
Yeah, and what I said was, so if you really think about it, Kim Kardashian's father was one of the attorneys, a major attorney on O.J. Simpson trial case. So it wasn't like they just came out of nowhere, but their relevancy came from her sex scandal, the sex tape.
You hear Ray J screaming that it was planned and
I got that down. I got it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm passionate about this is because I got attacked from some of our subscribers saying, "Oh, Jay, you're going hard on Kim Kardashian and she's a changed woman." Right. And when they were telling me that at that moment, I agreed. And I kind of felt, I was like, yo, damn, you know what's so crazy? Because I'm somebody that I believe that even outside of a physical standpoint, or biological standpoint, where they say every 11 months we like almost have a new body, we form new cells and blah blah the whole nine yards. People, change is inevitable. One thing that's constant in life is change. So you take a lady who was the reason why they got the show. Yeah, the reason why they got the show was because of she had a sex tape with Ray J. You know what I'm saying? But let's not forget about that, because what ends up happening is that the reason why we talking about billionaire Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner, Khloe Kardashian, or Kourtney Kardashian, it's because of Kim Kardashian.
Correct.
Nobody was watching her.
She was a catalyst for that entire family.
Look, and I'm gonna drop the dollar. Nobody's watching her shit before this. Straight up.
I'm not borrowing you this next dollar, bro.
You ain't even give me the dollar.
What?
You did?
Yo.
Damn.
Hold on, let me put this down.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody was watching Kim Kardashian prior to that sex tape with Ray J. So Ray J recently, I don't have no more money.
Oh, well.
Oh, I do actually.
Good.
So Ray J recently came out. He recently came out. That's crazy. This jar's full of my dollar bills.
But you was over there talking about, Josh, what he was saying in the beginning. Yeah, it's not really for me. The jar's really for Dami. He's the cursor.
Really for Dami. Really.
Yeah, he curses all the time.
Yeah, but Ray J came out and he pretty much is stating that Kris Jenner is the culprit behind their success. She uses her kids.
It was planned.
As pawns. You know what I'm saying? And there's actually more than one or two. And we actually know that to be true because Kanye West, which is one of my idols, came out and said he actually went behind and he got the other archive, the tapes from Ray J that he was going to release to expose Kim Kardashian. So I just find it crazy how it's like I get attacked for saying that the reason why Kim Kardashian was with Pete Davidson was because of when Pete Davidson was with Ariana Grande, she dropped the rumor, BDE. You know what that called? Big dick energy. That's what she said. And I'm pretty sure that Kim was listening and was like, oh, white boy, he got a such and such. And that just
take a break from the black?
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So then she gets with this guy who obviously was in counseling, was in therapy because he's kind of emotionally, whatever the whole nine yards. But then Kanye starts going crazy. And not only because of the fact that he wanted to make his marriage work, but because of the fact that she was with this SNL crazy guy.
Well, just to jump in, I agree with
and you wasn't on my time in the first episode.
Which part? I know I also agree that you shouldn't judge her, that you don't know if she changed or not.
But I was right.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, hindsight is 20/20. At that time, we didn't know, but you ended up to be right. I'll give you that. And for those who don't know, go back to the first episode. He literally did predict this, and he got a lot. I read some of it. He got a lot of backlash. But also, I just want to say Kanye is not a saint in this, bro. He did do some crazy things, bro.
But this is not about Kanye, though.
I know. I'm just saying because you're making it.
This is about a man with kids.
Okay.
And that's going through a divorce because it's not finalized yet. And I don't think that is fair that how just because of the fact that Kim has turned over a new leaf and she's getting into law and she's getting people exonerated and stuff like that. Beautiful. And people can change. But let's not forget what made Shorty hot. Right. What made Kim hot
was that sex tape.
Was her sex tape. So now you with a dude and TMZ's posting and all these tabloids are posting that what's his name?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson is in golf carts
with your daughter on his lap.
With your daughter on his lap.
Getting your name branded on his chest.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna curse again. I don't got no more dollars, but like yo, what the F is that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring it back to the Medicines community to let you know that when Jay speaks, I'm like Pharaoh in the Bible.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? I don't just blurt out things for no reason. I can foresee the future. You know what I'm saying? She's corny for that. Kanye loves his girl. More blessings to him, whatever he decides to do. But Kim Kardashian, you are a bozo.
Wow.
Big time.
Yeah, okay. You're going to get a lot of more backlash from the Kim.
I don't care.
From the Kim,
you know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
No, I listen, I agree. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, at first, I was also part of those people that said, bro, I think you judging her. I don't think it's necessarily about publicity or about the BDE. I think maybe she just, she seems to have a thing with people that's not, completely all together. It's like she likes to be a part of their process, help build them up. But you ended up being right, because by all accounts, the breakup was because she said because of their age difference and he wanted her just to do too much she wasn't able to do. Come on, Kim. That don't even sound like that make any sense. You had enough of it, you smashed enough times and you're on to the next. So I definitely do agree with you.
And so for all to like we got some listeners that I know personally told me y'all listen to us when y'all driving to work or whatever. It's one of my boys. I'm not gonna call his name. That's
call his name. Call his name.
No, I'm not gonna call it. That's going through a similar situation.
Well, we have enough time. I'm gonna call a name.
I personally relate to a Kim and Kanye situation because I personally feel like in the Western civilization, American judicial system is catered towards the woman.
We're taking it there.
Oh, not big time, bro. Where it's like it's unfair. Where it's like my man is worth. He said on a podcast. I don't know how true it is. $10 billion. You know what I'm saying? So financially, he's capable. He's not deemed all the way incapable from a mental aspect of things. But just because she's a mom and she's doing certain stuff right, you know what I'm saying? She gets to run the narrative of his 4 kids.
Yeah,
she didn't even bear the kids. That was through surrogates.
I seen a post that said that.
Come on, bro.
How come the deadbeat fathers got the coolest baby moms? And the ones who's absolute a-holes,
It's stupid.
they get the worst treatment. But yeah, like I said, I definitely agree with you. Yeah, I don't really got much else to say on that. You was right. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, please go back, watch the very first episode, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. Now, there's a topic that I kind of wanted to bring about. This is going to take multiple episodes to cover. This is something that's important to me. I personally identify with, and I've been holding on to this for years.
Yes.
And yes, I am going to name drop. Just in case we don't get to finish the episode with this info. So for those of you, who know, you all know by now, I talk about it. I was a rapper. I had a very strong 2-year run, I would say. I toured about 7 cities in 2019, maybe more. And then I also had a contract with copmymusic.com. I did in the summer of 2018. I don't know how many clubs I did, but I was all over the place. Part of that process was that I ended up on Power 105.1.
Okay.
And I was going back, I was looking at the video when it was played on the radio, and all my friends were sending me like, Dami, this you, the whole craziness. And, it got me thinking to something I heard the other day. So I was listening to the radio, I was on the way home from work, and Funk Flex was going off. He's like, yo, we gonna stop with all of these artists paying DJs to play music. I'm giving you the green light. If a DJ try to charge you to play your music, break they back. You should break they back going off, right? And like we discussed earlier, I'm not really gonna get into that hypocrisy because Funk Flex should not be talking. He's not as bad, but you know what I'm saying? Like he's not innocent of that neither. However, I can identify. As a rapper coming up in New York, specifically, it wasn't easy, and the thing about it, the problem with this whole payola culture is this. They're going to play whoever pays. I always get turned off by people who ask me to promote my music, and I know you artists out there do too, and they don't want to hear it first. So you don't care what you about to play.
As long as you pay.
As long as you pay. So that means you might put my track, me who put hours and money, blood, sweat, and tears to make one track, next to somebody who recorded on their phone in their basement just because they got more money or the same money as me.
Mm-hmm.
So it got me remembering back to when I was rapping, because I think it is a thing in New York, because you always ask yourself, like, when I used to travel, right, I've been to Memphis, I've been to Cali, Atlanta, Miami, different places to do shows. And one thing I noticed is that when you go to these cities, all you hear is artists from their home. You go to Cali, even Cali, you're going to hear a Cali artist for the most part on the airways.
Right.
You go to Atlanta, you remember the Super Bowl where Atlanta had a lineup of artists from Atlanta.
Right.
How come in New York you can't even tell who the New York artist is? Unless you make up some type of crazy dance, you not getting played like that. New York is playing everyone but people from New York.
Right.
So it got me thinking. So I did some research, and I was I don't know if you ever heard of Conway the Machine or Benny the Butcher.
No.
There's some real popping artists from Buffalo, right? They it's their time right now. They out there. And Conway the Machine was complaining how he feel like New York City DJs are trash. He called them gatekeeping, that they gatekeep. They choose who they're gonna play. They choose who they're gonna make hot. Listen, I hope you hear this, because that'll be a notch on our belt. Conway the Machine. It's not gatekeeping, it's a payola game. I'm guessing you're old school and you feel like and I agree, you're talented enough to get played. It's not about gatekeeping, it's about the fact that you haven't paid yet. So it got me thinking, right? Because I agree with Flex. It has to stop.
Right.
It's not fair that the only New York artists that get played is people who literally force their way into game by doing some craziness.
Right.
Or coming up with a dance that goes viral, whereas everyone else, you got to pay to play.
Right.
So I've been holding on to this for a few years, right? And I've been talked out of it a lot of times, but I kind of feel like the time is right for it, and I'm a name drop.
Name drop.
When I was doing my rounds, right? Shout out to Tazi, my homegirl Tazi. She was a bartender. I did a show at I forgot the name of the strip club, but at that time, you remember Red Fox? You came to clubs with me. How we used to shut down, and it used to shut down the place. Everybody going crazy, and I remember one time I went. You know what I'm saying? And Tazi went and told the DJ that was playing, like, "Yo, my boy is here. He got this track that's killing right now called Red Fox. Like, you should hear it. Like, you should play it." So you paid your dudes, you send him a shot from the bottle. We had a section, send him a couple shots. So she played it for him. He heard it. He's like, "Oh, nah, I gotta play this." So he played it. Effed the club up so much he played it twice, right? So he calls for me. I go to the top of the stage. He's like, you know who I am? I'm like, yeah, you DJ Will from Power 105. He goes, yeah, you know I could get you on air, right? Your track is fire. I'm like, good looks, but I'd appreciate that. You feel me? Not trying to hype up too much. You never know.
You gave it a charge.
Not even. Not right there. So he's like, yo, take my number. So I'm like, all right, cool. Took his number. Hype. Went back to the team like, yo, we out of here. It's over. You know what I'm saying? We done. Jets. All that. I'm hype. So hit him up. Who is this? Spain. All right, yo, my man's is going to hit you up to tell you how to get this done, right? His man set us up, told us to meet him at Lust, the strip club, right? So we get there. He started talking to us. All of a sudden, he dropped a charge. And this is not no light charge. We talking about thousands of dollars.
Okay.
We talking about thousands of dollars. He's like, yo, you pay this much, I'll get you 6 spins on 105.1. If people request it a lot, it ends up in rotation or da-da-da. Which now I know is BS. You know how hard it is to get a song in rotation if it wasn't already trending? So I'm like, at first I'm kind of like, huh? I had just came back from Cali. I felt like, and that goes to that show we had with Birdie. I didn't feel like I should pay for nothing. I didn't pay to go to Cali. You know what I'm saying? I got the video. When my instrumental came on, people was on some, woo, like on some hype. So it sucked. I felt away like back in my own hometown. You trying to charge me just to get on air, But I brought it back to the team. We spoke about it. At that time, we had an opportunity to get Dave East on the track for 6 G's. You know how cheap that is for somebody like Dave East? But we chose, ignorance. We chose Power 105.1, right? Thinking that it's a shortcut. Boom. So what happens is we pay the bread. They bring us to the studio or whatever.
Right.
We go up to the studio. I see DJ Clue. They tell us, don't speak to DJ Clue. He don't like when new people speak to him. But Ray don't care about none of that. And DJ Clue's Haitian. DJ like, sock by say Ray in their face. And he responded all of that. So we get there. DJ Will is in there talking, chop it up. They're going to play the track. Cool. Play the track. We took pictures. Did a little interview, this and that. Cool. Right? We paid for 6 spins. After that first spin.
So you paid the price?
Yeah, we paid it. After that first spin, straight BS. Yo, you supposed to spin tonight. Oh, this and this is going on. Da-da-da-da. Next week. Yo, what's going on? Y'all had that live event at Space Ibiza. Y'all supposed to play the track. You know what I'm saying? We still got 1 spin. Oh, yeah, Space Ibiza caught fire. A whole bunch of craziness. So, after a while, when it comes to money, you talking to niggas from the hood, it's kind of like, yo, what's good with you?
Right.
Like, you could get touched, bro. You playing it or not? Oh, you don't even understand. It's not just you. Everybody backed up. Everybody pays. Nobody gets on here for free. This is what I was told. Uncle Murder pays. Name dropping to me. Uncle Murder, Young M.A., they all pay. So you not different. Da-da-da. So I'm like on some, yeah, all right, I'm coming up to the studio. Right? I was told you can't come up to the studio with more than just you. You know what I'm saying? Because now they scared. Only you could come up into the studio, this and that. And I'm like, yo, bro, you doing something funny because you're scared to get touched. If I'm coming to discuss business with you, why you got to limit how many? You ain't limit when I came up the first time.
Right.
I came up with like 8 people. You was fine.
Right.
Now you playing with people money. Now you can't come to the studio with more than 1 person. Long story short, it got kind of crazy. And, I don't want to say shout out because he's part of that payola machine. But shout out DJ Tantrum. He did kind of hit us up and he made it right in his own way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to make is my experience is not unique to what every other artist in New York goes through trying to make it. I don't understand how you go to these other cities, they play their artists, they pick up their artists, then they come to New York and eat for free while people from here, we got to pay.
But I think you take it personal. It's just...
Of course I am, bro.
It's New York culture, though. Like, we don't got that West Coast culture. Like, unless, like, your hood put you on. And that's crazy, because we could go into this, but that's why, like, when you were, like, actively heavy in the thing, that's why I used to tell you, like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, we from Bed-Stuy, Coney Island. Most of the time, the people that's gonna play a joint is people from them neighborhoods.
Right.
Unless you, like, on Troy Ave and you out here, like, selling your mixtape on Flatbush Ave or, right. Downtown and stuff like that. Outside of that, unfortunately, it's like a 6ix9ine.
No, you're right, and it's crazy
like
because
6ix9ine. If you don't got people putting up that bread, like unless you're fortunate, like you know, it's a girl. You thought I was feeling you. That nigga a munch. She from the Bronx. She's like y'all know her. She's all.
I've heard the track.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She like so. Drake, fortunately, kind of liked her, so he posted her and blah blah, and he invited her down to his joint. Aside from that, if you from New York, the if you're not really like out there, the culture in New York is you got to pay to be made.
But my thing is, can you really call that culture, bro? Like I like, yeah, it might be something that's happening, bro.
It's a culture,
but it's really extortion, bro.
For me, it's a culture. If a lot of people got to go through the same thing,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
But it's just so funny now.
I know it sucks from an individual aspect where you realize, yo, I got a lot that I could bring to the table,
right?
That could put on for my city,
right?
But y'all want me to pay,
and then when you pay. It's not even being honored. They're playing games with you. That's the part where it get dangerous.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you, and that's why it led back to our argument with 6ix9ine. Niggas paid, bro. He's trash. He's weird, but he's trash. But you know what I'm saying? Whether he put the bread on or they put it up for him, the only reason he got that spotlight was because he paid.
Well, right now the light is being shown on it, and I kind of feel like, listen, my best advice if you're an artist out there. Your money could be better spent elsewhere because guess what? One thing I learned, that spin on Pod 105.1, it gets you a little bit of hype. But if it's not substantial, if it's not something that's going to happen consistently, you could take that money and you could market and you could do other things with it and you could just make way more. And to Jay's point, if you from a hood or you in that circle, pass your music to DJs.
Yeah.
Use SoundCloud. Matter of fact, one thing I learned too, take that money and get your song placed on playlists.
Yeah.
That in this day and age, that's where it's at. Get on a poppin' Spotify playlist, get on a poppin' Apple Music playlist. You wasting money to get on 105.1 where they play your music at 2 a.m. just to say they did it. It ain't worth it.
If you seen what's that other song that was going against Cookie, against 50 Cent's joint? There was a song with Taraji, Taraji.
She has a track?
Nah, it was a show with Lucius, Lion.
Was it Empire?
Empire.
Yeah.
What I took from there was they realized that in order to make it, especially coming out of New York, you don't need labels and stuff like that. With the internet right now, I get it. If you want to go there faster, you pay your dues, especially in New York. New York's not gonna let you skip stages unless you pay certain things to get played. You know what I'm saying? Aside from that, in today's time, there's pros and cons to technology and social media. So for me, my advice is use it for the best of you. You know what I'm saying? You don't need I mean, it would be nice but do a reel that'll get you out there. You know what I'm saying? You see what we doing? Do a reel, do whatever on YouTube, on Instagram.
There's so many alternative
TikTok,
ways, man.
That'll get you going viral. And build your own fan base. PNB, that got killed, he owned all his masters. A lot of artists can't say that.
Can't say that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Because he was an independent artist and he didn't depend on, you know what I'm saying, his city or a label to put him out there.
And I'm knocking you if you do depend on it. I get it. It seems like a shortcut.
Not at all, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's my advice to a solution where it's like to a solution to an artist that's from New York. And you hitting these like you did, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like now we got a platform right now where we got thousands of followers and whatever the else. And so y'all might end up seeing because you know what I'm saying, I might take on that manager role, you know what I'm saying? and him blessing with music.
Yeah, as for me right now, those days are behind me. I'm focused on this. But listen, just wanted to kind of bring that up because that's something that's been kind of floating and I felt personal about that. So I appreciate y'all letting me. If any artists have similar experiences, you want to talk about it, email us, DM us, drop it in the comments. If anybody also has been done wrong by that bowhead Oompa Loompa, you want to talk about it, you could hit us up on that too. But listen, I think today was a very, very jam-packed between part A, part B.
We miss you guys. Make sure you get us to 10K subscribers.
Yes. So listen, thank you for tuning in. We're so happy to be back. We're not going nowhere. Meta Kings is going to be a staple. Thank you for rocking with us. We love y'all. Jay, are you still giving final words?
Of course, all the time.
All right, let's
All the
do it.
time.
Let's do it.
So thank you guys once again. Get us to the road to 10K. Like seriously, on a personal development side, let me see. Yo, you want to be somebody. Awareness is everything, right? So you want to be somebody who don't look back in anger or forward in fear, but look around you in awareness. So realize that your thoughts do become things. Knowledge is empowered. Apply knowledge is power.
Mhm.
So the little gems that you get from me or through a book or something like that, don't just leave it in the book. Don't just leave it in an audio. Apply it. You know what I'm saying? And realize that if thoughts do become things, and you change the way you think, change the way you approach life. You know what I'm saying? Meta Kings, me and Dami were talking about it, started way before this year. It started last year, and we used to do something on Facebook Live called Forum Fridays.
Mhm.
And we actually, through thoughts, this is a thought. We're like, yo, we're gonna create a platform, and now we here entertaining and blessing you guys. So thoughts do become things. So don't be so quick to anger when you got things going on in your life. Realize that you could press the brakes. You could realize that, yo, let me change the way I think about this, and your thoughts eventually will become things. All right. So that's from me to you this week. Till next time, I love you. Road to 10K. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate your time. I love you. Peace out.
Yes, so thank you for tuning to the Meta Kings podcast, where it's been however many days. I'll do the math and get that correct. However many days, and we are still not canceled. Peace.